This is the definitive patch 1.10 Guilty Gear Strive tier list. We're going to do things a little bit more streamlined this time. Most of what you're about to see is going to be ordered. I've thought about this a lot more than the other tier list videos, but the premise remains the same, right? There are still certain qualities that you need to survive, right? You need a damage, right? You need good ass Oki. You need some kind of defensive thing. I mean, like a DP. And what else did I say you needed? Oh, you need a good neutral tools, right? And there's one more thing I think I'm missing, but you also need like a matchup. This is what we're adding for this one, is like matchups. I admittedly did not go as in depth with the matchup thing as I would have liked to, but I think it's time. I've been holding out on this long enough. But so yeah, first things first. As of October, when the patch came out, there is no fucking such thing. There is no such thing as B tier. Anyone think there's a B tier? You're a fucking cap star. I have done a number of guides, if you guys haven't noticed here on the channel, namely Potemkin. I've also done Young Mei in terms of her damage. Did a damage guide. We'll be doing an anti-Mei guide soon enough. Surprise, surprise. She has no weakness. No, I'm kidding. I think we did something. No, did we do Anji? I don't think we did Anji. But we did investigate Ino before Melty came out. Still have that information still relevant in my brain. I've been playing a lot of Faust. Playing a lot of Nago. Playing a lot of Anji. I've been playing them all. Let's be honest. Play them. Got him. Yeah, I haven't been playing. I did my toe back into Axel, but he's exactly where he was before. Did my toe back in Chipp for a bit, for 2 or 3 days actually. Yeah, I think those are the characters I've been playing like recently. Obviously, I've been playing Zato, lots of Soul, lots of Kai. Been playing a lot of these. These characters are all fun, man. I want to get back into Gold Lewis, but we'll see what happens when this biking patch comes out. Yeah, I said it, fucking biking patch. Yeah, we'll start from bottom, because that way we'll build up tension, and you guys will be fucking putting on your cap star hats. I can already tell. So who's A tier? So A tier, the characters are basically that most characters in this game, in my experience, with the amount of knowledge I have, is they have a pretty good matchup spread. There's only 1 or 2 characters that will make you feel really, really bad. And I think that's a really healthy number for a lot of different reasons. I think on the casual side, right, people like to avoid those matchups. Chances are they won't play those matchups, right? At least, it's just not it's not probable, right? 2 out of, 15 matchups, right? There's 17 characters now. Yeah, 17 characters now. You're probably going to get something that you're, at least you have a fucking chance. It's 5-5, and anything's 5-5 with Bart anyway. So I think the game's in a really healthy spot because you can still pick anybody you fucking want. It's just that there are certain matches that make you feel absolutely terrible. And there are obviously some more polarizing matchups. But it's also important that we recognize the game is still very, very young. Very, very young. And there's a lot of things they have to develop. Because every time we've hit like the ceiling, then, all of a sudden Eno's fucking, doing wall splat resets like it's fucking no tomorrow. And like everyone's doing safe jumps properly, and we're getting all kinds of new shit these days. Anyway, so anyone in A tier is basically characters who you can just pick them and you will probably not feel bad until you feel bad. All right, and I don't think a lot of the top tiers either just make characters obsolete anymore. Before it was like, they picked Mei and then I picked Kai, so I guess I'm not about to have too fun of a time if I make a mistake. Like, the round would pretty much damn near be over. Or like Soul Kai was like super polarizing before, but now it's, Kai has proper fireball, yada yada yada. Anyway, so A tier. Putting Faust up there, bro. He's fucking solid. This is not ordered. This A tier is not going to be ordered. I think the thing will be ordered maybe top 5, top 3. But Faust, he's fucking up there. It's time to stop capping. He was actually fine to me last patch, and I think he's super great this patch. You just have to understand what you want to do with him. I learned that he's more of a keep out character than an item character, and they buffed his item. The probability of him actually throwing out something that does damage, or at least has the ability to create an advantageous game state for him in an instant, which is really, really strong. So you can lean into item or you can lean into his keep out. And they're both really, really solid. I think he's really good. I think his damage is absolutely fine. Still has some of the best air-to-airs in the game. Convertibility is fine. He's got some gross shit he can do with BRC in the air now, which is really cool because the air changes. I think he's really fucking good. And then I think, oh, this will be a little nice juxtaposition. Should I put him up here? Maybe I'll put him up here. No. Let me go for someone I know is A tier. Holy shit, they're all so good now. Okay, let's do Chipp. Let's do Chipp. Let me think. Ooh. No. Here, okay. I know you guys have seen this the Samito clip in the schmicks. Okay, here's the thing. He checked most of that little setup he's doing was stuff he could kind of already do before. It's just that now he can do good damage. Like his combo structure is solid enough in the corner for him to do a reset into a solid mix. That's the thing. The mix was always there. It's just that the combo structure wouldn't allow him to do meaningful damage and put him in a safe position to do that kind of mix, right? But I think the slowdown on his alpha blades and the drill taking as big a hit that it took, and the changes to FD with the minimum knockback and not increasing block stun, I think he's officially A tier. And just to be clear, if that wasn't already clear, anyone in A tier can win a tournament. Anyone, you can win anyone. I mean, I said this before, but you can win any tournament with these characters. So they're all fucking good. But the risk reward sometimes can be kind of fucked. I mean, obviously, because he just fucking explodes. I still think he's one of the hardest characters, but even if you work really, really hard, there are some situations in the game where you just can't have a good time. And I think that doesn't necessarily, I think on offense he's good and defense is good, but I think his neutral has taken too big of a hit. His neutral has taken too big of a hit. And that's why I want to put him in A tier. I'll think about putting him in S tier, but I think he deserves to be in A tier right now. Oh, where am I going to put Kai? All right, let's continue filling out A tier. There's actually not that many A tiers. Oh, Axel, 100% A tier. Actually, no, Axel's A tier. Axel's A tier. He has to take a lot of risk now, and again, the changes to FD are good for him. Like the defensive changes are good for him, but they're not what's gonna save him. He gets like, does he get a 6 frame 2K now? He gets a 6 frame 2K, right? It's a 6 frame 2K. Let me double check this. Where's his 2K at? Oh, it's a 5 frame. That's really fucking good. That's really fucking good. Still not gonna save him though. When I was playing, I was like, damn, I'm really out here taking risk consistently. I think his reward is very high, but I don't think his risk is low enough. Now, he does have some really solid ass matchups. Like there are definitely matchups where it's like, if I pick Axel, this person is at a disadvantage. So I still think he fills his role in the game overall of being like, hey, I'm the counter pick Pokemon. But I think that's where he deserves to be. Is it better to start? Okay, let me go back to the top because I need to see some of this shit needs to air out. Okay. This is the beginning of top 3. I just hit you guys with a fucking mix up. New tier list, yes, coming in hot. Potemkin's top 3. He does too much damage. He has very solid tools. His only weakness is that he's slow, which is by design. But he can overcome that weakness by being patient. Because again, with the defensive changes that they've done for him specifically and just in general, he can deal with a lot of shit that he wasn't able to deal with so easy. The input buffer, again, you can instant block in this game now. Like it's kind of crazy. You have to practice it, but it's there now, right? So some matchups where he has trouble getting in, he has to deal with a bunch of Chipp. He can just instant block, right? And his meter build is still ridiculous. So he can like just play super passive and then just play the I got 50% bar, now you have to respect me. I think he's fucking top 3. I think, and I investigated his matchup spread very specifically, I think on Wednesday night, and I was like, bro, he only really struggled against like the Omega Broken tiers. And like there's no more Omega Broken tiers anymore. But he didn't get nerfed. So yeah, he's very fucking good. He's very, very good. He's in my top 3. Now I gotta fill out the rest of the top 3 because I'm trying to fill out my top, so I can start to figure out what I want to do with this A tier. I'm trying not to downplay Zato right now. That's actually what I'm trying to do. This would be a top 7, and then we'll do S. Okay, I think this'll be better. Now here's the question. So here's the question, bro. No, let me just chill. Here's the question: Is Ram's matchup spread better than May's? No. Fuck that. May's matchup spread is better than both of these characters. Her matchup spread is better than both those characters. Now the question is, whose matchup spread is better, Anji's or Ram's? Doesn't matter. It may be the issue. Yeah, him spinning against Axel may not, because because Axel jumps in neutral. He's like, you're gonna press JS, right? Then I'm gonna spin. If Axel says I'm not actually gonna press JS yet, then he gets to slap Anji in the fucking face. Anji then is in the exact same situation. It's a 50-50 where we know where Axel can have prio be incorrect and still not be in a disadvantageous state, which fights Anji's premise of, or Anji's thing of like, if I spin you, it's my turn, right? Axel doesn't follow that train or that flow, right? And Potemkin is not trying to press buttons he doesn't need to be pressing anyway, right? And he has slide head, which is God, because it interacts with spin in a very funky way. So what beats Anji is framed out as too good, and I don't have to commit. The level of commitment for my neutral is too low, right? Which is the similar issue. So yeah. So here's the thing. Even if they buff Anji, there's nothing they could do to buff Anji to where that could be better, right? But where that would change, like Anji would still have to think more than the Axel would. Axel would continue to have prio, but Ram being outmaneuvered is also something that can't be changed. Ram loses to just being outmaneuvered, but there's not a lot of characters who have maneuverability. If they put Slayer in the game, she will fall from the grace of God. And then the real question is whose offense is more oppressive? Without the wall, Ram and her little record cancels, they are not the Messiah. You just FD those, and then you enter an RPS where her like reward is not very high, whether she guesses right or not. But you can't just FD it. That's not gonna work against, like, Anji's gonna smother you. Oh no, I'm about to fucking tilt y'all. I'm sorry. Anji's top 3. Anji's top 3. Sorry, he has a guard crush. That's how this shit's gonna end. All the other shit I said, plus he has a guard crush. Sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta do it. He's top 3. Sorry. He's top 3. I didn't want to do it. No, fuck. It's not about what I want. It's about the truth. Okay, so let's just dismantle this. Let's just relax real quick. Can I put her back down here, please? Go down here. Okay, I can't put her down there. So this is where everyone else is going for the time being. Now I want to make my top 7 though. So Ram is top 5. Nago, top 5. This is ordered. I guess I should put ordered here. If you want to tell me which, I guess I should say this is ordered too. Ordered. Objectively speaking, this is how this goes. Legit. If you're playing like peak May, I think her matchup spread just speaks for itself. She has a tool for almost everything. She wins neutral, and you can't outmaneuver. She has maneuverability and humongous disjoints and safe Oki, right? And she has a she doesn't have very high like defensive like base stats or anything, but if she gets bar, it's a problem, right? So yeah, I think that's a fair way to go about that. Yeah, and then the only question is Leo more oppressive than Geo? I don't think Leo's more oppressive than Geo. Actually, no, that's not true. Geo needs more time. She needs more time. So I'm gonna put Leo up here. Yeah, I'll put Leo up here. Because Leo's more flexible. That's the beauty of his kit. Right? He's like a jack of all trades in a way. He's more flexible. And then yeah. And then Ram, Ram has to be number 4. Yeah, Ram has to be 4th place. She just, because the only reason Anji edges her out is because he has a fucking guard crush. I think the amount of matchups that are like unfavorable for them will over time will Anji will be fine. Ram will not be fine because the game's not gonna get slower, right? Anji can build from, okay, well, you have priority, but I can build around that priority, right? Make your strength a weakness. I don't think Ram being so fucking committal and slow for her neutral structure is gonna help her. Like, it's not going to change unless they change her frame. They're not gonna do that. It's already perfect how it is. So at least with the rhythm of the game as it is now. Nago can bypass neutral entirely. Soul actually has to think. Yep. Soul has to think now. Soul has to think now. I had to confirm this myself before I said it out loud. He has to think. Leo has pretty much always had to think until he gets back turn sense. Geo still has to think. But the amount of things, like they keep making her like again, each defensive thing, they made her offense more, what's the word? They made her Oki more accessible. Then they made her Oki more, it's available in more spots. That's all I'm going to say. I don't really know how to say other than accessibility. But her offensive prowess got buffed and her defensive prowess got buffed. And she has some of the best neutral tools in the game still. So, yeah. But she has to think. Right? She has to think. So I think this I don't know why the fuck it's like looked weird. I don't know why it looks weird like that, but I'm pretty confident these are the top 3. There's no doubt in my fucking mind. These are the fucking top 3. Okay, so this is top 7. Okay, and then the rest of the cast, I guess I can order this too. So then we have the rest. Okay, yeah, I can order this too. I can order all of this. Order it as well. So who has the best spread of these people remaining is now the question. I think Axel is the first person to go right here because he's the bridge. Like, he can handle these animals up here, but like he's barely hanging on for his fucking life. That's the thing. That's the thing. And everyone else is like, if you let me touch you, you're going to lose, you know? But he can actually operate in all these matchups up here and not have to be intrinsically like, oh God, I'm gonna die, right? But like Kai's like, how the fuck do I round start against Soul, right? He's like, how the fuck do I round start against Mei or Leo? Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm gonna die. That's what's gonna happen to me, you know? So let me think. I think Axel is a good place to start S tier. Like, Axel can do anything he needs in the game. It's just not gonna be easy, and it's it's just not gonna be easy. And then I think, especially with the defensive changes, DP, having a DP is too good. Having a DP is too good. You can build around it, but DP being a threat, especially as it stands now, it's too strong. As in, like, I can't not put someone with a DP next. This is how I feel about it. This is how I feel about it. And then, now we're talking, okay, I don't have a DP, but if I touch you, you lose the round. So if I don't have a DP, what's the next important thing to have? A ridiculously good neutral. Out of these last few characters, who do you guys think has the best neutral? The downplay blueprints didn't work? Hell no. I'm sorry. I can't let it be. If you don't have a DP, what matters? What actually matters in this game? Touch needs to equal death. The issue, okay, we know Faust is at the end because Faust can't, his touch may not equal death, right? Yeah, so he has to be at the end. So we know Faust is like at the bottom. He's fine though, he's still S tier. Don't get it wrong, but like him touching you only equals death if he gets the throw and if you don't have burst. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little bit more conditional. If Jacko gets a bot behind you and she knows what she's doing, you're gonna lose. If she knocks you down, you're gonna lose. If you get cornered and a guard crush, you're going to lose. If you let Eddie get on top of you, you're gonna lose. If Eno touches you at all, ever, at any point in time in neutral, okay, I think this is it. If Eno touches you at any other, if she knocks you down in any way, shape, or form, you're going to lose. Milia needs a certain kind of knockdown to apply a certain level of pressure. So that answers that question for me. And If Zato summons in neutral, you're gonna lose. If you let him raw summon in neutral, you lost the round. If you... Okay, yeah, we got this. We got this. We got this. Milia has to go next. She has to go next. This is hard. This is actually hard. This is hot. No. No. This is it. That's the tier list. Holy shit. Okay. Wait, is that even the right math? Top 3, top 7? Wait, is that even the right math? Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is not even the right math. My math was wrong here, okay? But you get the fucking idea. You want me to move her down here? Is that what you want? I can move her down here, I guess. I don't want to do that, though. But I guess the way the math checks out. Alright, there you go. The downplay blueprints did not work. I think this is gonna be how the game's gonna be for a very long time. At the end of the day, we're splitting fucking hairs, so it's not really that big a deal. Everyone else is gonna have to work extremely hard to have some of the privileges that these characters have. And you know, Guard Crush. Does Nago have a Guard Crush? I don't think so, but it doesn't matter. He can literally, he has a end all be all. Like, he presses 2S in neutrals. Like, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? You take your space. That's all you can do. He can literally just press that in neutral over and over. Clone is too fucking good. Clone is too fucking... The only reason I don't put him higher, the only reason I don't want to put him higher is I think he's taking too many risks. And if you just understand the blood gauge and his option set, and the fact that he cannot teleport, if he teleports into you, he cannot do anything about it. There is no button he can press in this game that is going, if he teleports into you, he literally is saying, please don't hurt me. Right? Like, him getting a solid offense going off of a normal is not possible. Right? It's just not going to happen. He shouldn't be allowed to do it. He just gets away with it. He's going to have to gamble. He has to gamble. The thing is, we're not used to gambling yet. And everything's too good now. So he has risen, but he will fall. Soul will continue to be Soul. Then we will reach a point where people actually learn the Leo matchup too, and these two will be battling for a top 7. Geo, on the other hand, though, she's so goddamn flexible. I want to see more. The only reason she's not up here is because she doesn't just win by default, even though she can. She can do what these guys do, but she only has one mode, and it's go in. That's it. That's her problem. It's too... I know what you're going to do. The only question is how you're going to do it. Soul could play footsies if he wanted to. He just doesn't have to. He could turn into a bulldozer mode, right? And then he can get a ridiculous amount of advantage off of like his gunflame. Like, if you let him do gunflame and you block that shit, you know, at its like max, he just got a turn. Like, what? And it's relatively not risky because he can just feint just as well and just respond. Like, it's too good. Same thing with Leo. He can play like Guile, or he can play like a goddamn madman. He has 2 different modes, right? Same thing with Nago. He could play footsies, right? He's probably not, though, because all the reward is in the RPS, right? Ram can just play buttons, right? Or she can play like a madman with these Rekkas now, which is really, really neat. She was not able to do that before. She pretty much had to stay in one mode, but that one mode was so solid that she could just hang with the top tiers. Now she gets a separate mode, right? And they gave her that air special buff too, right? Like, she can convert in so many different positions now. So she's becoming more flexible. But Geo's like, if I hit you, you die, right? But like, she still can't grab you and you die. You see, that's the problem. Her strike throw is still limited in that way. Like, throw, you can say, I'll take the throw. You can't take wild throw, and you can't take getting dunked on. You can't take them. So she's not up here yet. I actually really saw this is actually a super fucking solid list, actually. And again, depending on the matchup, right? Depending on the matchup spread, this could easily be like this. But I haven't thought about their matchups. I've thought about their matchups. I haven't thought about these guys' matchups. I thought about Geo's matchups, but I haven't thought about these guys' matchups enough. But everyone is good as fuck in this game, and you can pretty much pick whoever you want. So yeah, that is the patch 1.10 tier list. I've been telling y'all I was going to do this for a long time. I am 100% confident in my top 3. I'm 100% confident in my top 7. S is liable to change over time. I think the people we need to look out for are Faust, and we need to look out for Jacko. Massive development. We also need to look out for Milia, but we always should be on the lookout for Milia. She literally knocks you down and makes you play fucking a Choices Matter game. So, yeah, that's it for that one. Now it's time to play some Strive.